its murky waters lies the headquarters of the most sinister villains of all time, the Legion of Doom.
Hey,
Hey,
we're
get
back.
yeah. Well, some of us are back.
Yes, Jake is currently in Texas visiting the OPB facility. So he's hanging out with JP, Bat Daddy David, I think even Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch is down there. Yeah, they were doing the whatnot stream a couple of nights ago. Uh,
Yep.
Jake was telling me he was looking at JP's kind of his rare book collection that he's accumulated over the years, and
Oh
said
yeah.
like he's got some out of print books that he forgot about that he had. So I was telling him, I said, you should go back and watch some of the OPB haul videos that he did way back when because he got a lot of books. Like,
Yeah. Let's see. Bat Kato, I now expect lots of dancing on all OPB sales videos. There was too much dancing actually, and to the point where I ended up tuning out. But I hope Bat Daddy David did the booty dance. That's my favorite.
yeah, we got Taylor Talks Comics, Bunk. Hate to see what happened to Tatum. Hope he fully recovers, but don't worry, the Pacers are taking care of the Knicks for you. He's talking about basketball talk, NBA. I get my updates through SportsCenter. That's the amount of NBA basketball that I watch. I'm too
And
old.
that
I'm too old school for basketball. Like I like the old, like the '90s. Those were '90s and early 2000s.
and that's significantly more than I watch. So
So yeah, Mike in the chat. I was surprised to see how long David danced. Oh, I'm not.
well, he would refuel after every 10 books, I think. So
That's true. A lot of the dinging of the bell. Why is Jordan at my desk? Well,
my
you gave him a
desk.
key.
That hey, we share a studio, so 50% of this desk is mine. Just saying.
Taylor's saying the guys aren't joining us from OPBHQ. No, because apparently uh, Jake says he's done too much video recording and live streams down there. So JP said he's done too much. He needs to rest.
Oh, I've fully assumed the identity. Look at the collection
Look,
I
look
have.
at the collection. You can help yourself to a few of those missing holes in your collection.
Chat, tell me what books I should take.
Yes. Which book?
Which
Which
no. You said book. I need books.
books?
Yeah.
Did you make sure to sign the prenup before the 50-50 deal, Jordan?
That I did. Let's see.
All
Where
Jake can do is talk from the chat. He can't do anything else. So
here
yes,
here on the OPB live stream, we like to keep it cash, so here's one for everyone
here's one
this
for
beautiful Saturday.
yes. Happy Memorial Day to those of you who celebrate in America. 3-day weekends are always nice. I've caught up on my weekly reads. I've started summer this week, so still
Nice.
working, but it's a much quieter building. You know,
Nice.
it's nice to get some work done, but probably about a couple of weeks I'll be like, all right, looking forward to getting back in the swing of things. But lots of planning, lots of stuff to do, but it's nice to just take a breath of fresh air. You know.
Oh man. I bet in your field in particular.
Mm-hmm. Jake saying if Jordan takes a book, he doesn't get anything from the pile I made from him for the. Oh, where's my pile then? You were making a pile? Jake, you didn't even offer. Jake says he wants you to rub yourself all over the Taschen books.
No, I'm
Oh, like
okay.
that. Are you using a coaster? No,
I
he is
am. I
not.
have this coaster that you left on the desk.
I thought you could use one of the Taschens as a coaster, right?
We can. That's
He's
why
got.
it's that large, so that has a bigger surface area to cover.
Use the Hulk one. The Hulk
Yeah.
one. We made
The one
piles.
that
Where's my pile? I want a
the
pile.
the Hulk one that crushed Jake. That's a good photo, by the way, if we can
Mm,
ever get that up on the stream.
yeah, the one where he's got the Hulk Taschen in all his glory.
Just laid out. I love it.
Jake bringing home the best of souvenirs. He's bringing home David. Jordan's already taken 3 baths at Jake's house.
No more, no less.
Yes. That's a dinner tray. Yeah, the Tashins can't be a dinner tray. Maybe a couple dinner trays, right?
That they can. Which, oh yeah, he did put them back up there, but they're leaning hard.
Yeah, David agrees. It's a dinner tray. You could put a couple of a couple of big mugs on there. That way you gotta have like a huge flight of options, right?
Flight of options. I love it.
Yeah. So what is your weekend filled with good food or just recording?
Oh my goodness. So, mostly just recording, but so today I'm here at Jake's house because I will be doing some photo shoots for OPB. If you haven't seen the OPB Instagram, go check it out. I try to put some dedication and love into those photos. So I'll be doing some photo shoots for the new releases from the last month and a half or so. Um, Tomorrow, what am I doing? Getting new tires put on my car, which was a heavy $1,000 spend.
Ooh, yeah. Yep, I had to do that last year in my old car. Yeah, it's not
Oh
a
yeah.
not a fun purchase.
Oh yeah, being an adult sucks. So doing that, dropping that off, playing some D&D, and then Monday I'm coming back here since Jake will be back in town, and we will be filming for the first time in the new studio.
Nice. Good. That's
What
awesome. Yeah.
what
What
are
about
you doing?
what am I doing? Like I said, caught up on some of my weekly reads. We've last couple of weeks have just been just crazy in the household. We've either had visitors, going tons of places, soccer wrapping up. So soccer's officially wrapped up. Everything's kind of wrapped up. So we've got to had a little bit of work to do around the house this morning. So got to do some reading. I'm on here with you. Going to be cooking up some steaks tonight on my Blackstone. Maybe doing some hibachi tomorrow on the Blackstone for the family. Hopefully, since it's summer, I'm gonna get back into some video gaming because I've got the new Doom Dark Ages game.
Nice.
Haven't even played that at all. It's just been crazy with work and everything like that as the end of years go. I've got some organizing to do because I've got probably 4 or 5 weeks worth of books that I still haven't shelved, and I've got this empty Kalex I'm looking at that I'm still trying to figure out how to particularly organize that. But yeah, it's probably some video gaming because it's been almost a month since I've hit the sticks. So I'm gonna be doing that, and then start figuring out what am I gonna start reading during my summer with Omni, since I have not read a collected edition really in about a couple of months, just because it's just that busy,
Oh
and I keep up with my weeklies,
yeah.
but it's just I found after one point I just kept on having to reread the certain things. All right, I'm putting it off to the summer, getting into
Mm.
it. Chris wants to play Fortnite with us. I do not want to play Fortnite. I live vicariously through you all the TikToks I see. So I do not want to play Fortnite. I have enough of a backlog that I don't need something to increase my backlog any further.
Chris, if you did play Fortnite, what would be the
Yes.
one skin that you would get? What's the one character that you would want above all else?
I'm guessing from what I understand about Fortnite, they pretty much have every skin alive known to
Basically.
man.
Yep. Essentially, yep.
I mean, I'd like to.
You could be a
Yeah,
xenomorph.
yeah, sure. Let's be a Xeno. I'd be a predator. Let's be a predator.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So, but I know you don't have a haul because
Yep.
you're not in your space.
Unfortunately, my haul
Unfortunately.
is about 50 miles back home.
Yeah,
Somehow.
yeah, we don't wanna do that unless you have a portal. But first up, I've got Lazarus, fourth collection. So I've got 3 of them signed by Rucka with little dedications in there. So next time he's at a convention or something like that, gonna have to get him to sign this one. Can't have one signed when you have 3 of them already. But
Sick. And a Greg Rucka book is coming out today as well.
yes, yeah, we're gonna be going over that. It'll be at the end of the stream, and then, oh, this feels so good to have in my hands. Suicide Squad by Ostrander. Oh, look at
Sick.
that! Look at that side paneling.
Oh, that's the best.
And what I appreciated too, take off that lovely dust jacket. Look at that under the dust jacket.
That's so good.
Yeah. Taylor's want to know what's the status of Lazarus after that volume. Is that it? I don't know. Will there be more? I don't know. Rucka, I know he really loves doing it. I just have not heard if it's continuing. But yeah, this fully collects everything that's been put out. So I think the ball's in his court, whether he wants to do more or not. There was that little bit of break where we hadn't wrapped up, so we'll just have to see. Maybe one day, but I do love the series. Maybe you and me, Taylor, can whisper sweet nothings into Rucka's ear, saying, "Do more, do more, do it." So, but yep, small haul this week. Nothing. Love just again. I love looking at the old school Ostrander. Even look at that back cover, The Wanted.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
What if this was the background?
What if that was the background?
I think this is a better background.
Well, it definitely features the books more.
I think I'm gonna switch it up.
Let's
Feel a little louder. Let's see.
I'm gonna see exactly what. So
Ladies and gentlemen, we've moved.
We've moved.
Yeah, that's satisfying.
There you go. Change it all around, right?
Oh yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
But what do we got going on this week? I did see Mission Impossible a couple of nights ago. I saw it on a Thursday afternoon, and quick review, no spoilers. That it's 3 hours long. I love the franchise. I absolutely was very much anticipating this. Some great action sequences. Probably didn't need to be 3 hours long. Probably could have cut about 30 minutes out of that. This is not giving anything away. You can see it in the trailers. There's a submarine sequence that's probably one of the most awesomely filmed cinematic pieces in the entire franchise. It's really cool, very edge of your seat. But it's probably mid-tier for me when it comes down to Mission Impossible. I mean, again, I will recommend if you're a fan of the franchise, yeah, go see it. Absolutely go see it.
Mm-hmm.
But
did you trust Tom Cruise one last time?
Let's just say there's something that's uttered in the beginning of the movie that after seeing so many of these things, it's like, oh, why'd you have to go and say something like that? I think Christopher McQuarrie in this last number of films has done a great job. I don't think this was the best outing for it. It definitely wasn't the worst. But this would be kind of mid lower tier for me for Mission Impossible. My top 3 and my top 2 kind of go back and forth. Was Mike saying I totally could have cut that beginning down. Yeah, if you've never seen a Mission Impossible, first 45 minutes of rehashing pretty much most of the franchise. So if you've never seen it, you're going to get a good education about it. Great cameo appearance and a good person coming back from the franchise that you might be wondering about. Has a very pivotal role in this franchise, in this movie. But my top 3 or 4, it alternates. My top 2 alternates between Ghost Protocol and Fallout, and then the first one. And then after that, if I had to pick one after that, maybe 3 or Dead Reckoning. I'm not sure. I know a lot of people hate on Mission Impossible 2. I don't hate on it. It's definitely lower on my list just because if you look at those first couple of movies in the franchise, there was a different director each time. And so it's kind of like, okay, what's this style? What's this style? And you watch Mission Impossible 2, that's a John Woo film. That is a John Woo film filmed in the 90s. It is very much of it. But I understand where people go from, you see the first Mission Impossible, and then you get a stark left turn and how you see the second one. So I can understand it. I don't hate on it. It's definitely down on my list, but I still find enjoyment of it, and I'd probably I have watched it many times. So, but it's if I'm gonna watch something more and more and more, it's probably gonna be the Ghost Protocol, Fallout, or the first one.
Wow, I've only really watched the first 3, and those I thought they were a ton of fun when I watched them. Maybe it's because I watched them so much later that I never really saw a lot of the hate on Mission Impossible 2, but yeah, I thought they were good fun, big action.
Taylor's saying movies are too long. Whatever happened in 90-minute 100 action flicks, movies are trying to be 3-hour epic silly. Well, that's the thing. Like Tom Cruise comes on at the beginning and thanks us for yet again coming to the movies and seeing this in the way it should be done. That needs to stop. It's just I'm already there long enough for the trailers. I don't need someone thanking me for something that at that point. However, for theaters that are needing to put these movies in there and to get people in the seats, you put a 3-hour movie in there, that's limiting the amount of times they can turn it over. And so I'm kind of surprised in the sense of you're all about the movies, you're all about theater experience, but why are we putting out a 3-hour epic if you're that concerned about theaters? This movie did not need to be 3 hours. It didn't. So, but then again, my theater cut out and I had to wait about 15 to 20 minutes for it to restart. With 5 minutes left, it just cut out and then restart the whole thing. I was like, come on, I got 5 minutes left. We're almost done.
That's rough.
Yeah. There's some great, the team is a lot of fun. There's a interesting thing with a character that I'm like, did you have to do that? Did you really have to do that? Okay, I'll go along with it. But you don't revisit it and there's not real payoff in it. I don't know. It's, is this the last one? I don't know. You'll have to see. I think Mission Impossible is one of those things that you can take a break from and then eventually come back to. I don't know. Right now, the box office is not looking too strong for right now. But then again, you're competing against Lilo and Stitch, a family movie. As I've said before, you have to make people want to go see things in movie theaters. And when people are just going to be like, I'll wait 3 months for it to come on streaming.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, which the Lilo and Stitch movie has been getting a bunch of backlash currently, right? What the changes for the villain is.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually never seen. I'm a Disney person. I've still never seen the animated Lilo and Stitch, so this has no connection to me. Not to mention shaving off an hour or so on these overly long action movies would save so much on the budget, and blockbuster movie budgets being a major issue. Yeah, budgets in general. Reaper, love Final Reckoning. Least favorite McQuarrie's films, but better than most of them. Yeah, again, I've seen far, far worse in this franchise. And here's a hot take. I said this last night on Dave the Film Junkies vodka stream that Rogue Nation, that's McQuarrie's first. I was not a fan. It had nothing to do with it. It's just it was a big setup movie, and I'm okay with setup movies, but it was followed by Fallout, I was like, oh yes, this is what I'm talking about here. But Rogue Nation, I think might be my least favorite of the entire franchise. So it may be a hot take.
Only for the chat to decide.
Yeah, we'll let the chat decide. I'm okay if they want to roast me at that point. But think of anything else. Yeah, that's the only. Seeing that movie was the only other thing at that point. But have you seen any good movies lately? Watched anything?
Man, I'm being the worst right now. So, I was trying to utilize the movie pass as much as possible until eventually I got burnt on seeing movies, and the last one I've seen is Sinners. So that was the last major film I've seen. I really enjoyed it though. I just haven't seen any of the movies that are really piquing my interest. I think the next major one for me is Superman.
Okay. Hey, not a bad one. So, all right. Do you want to get into the slides for what's coming out next week? This is a chonky end of the month of May. I will tell you what, this one's got a lot of. If you haven't done pre-orders yet, and you're gonna have a lot of decisions to make this week in the sense of what you're gonna prioritize for your wallet.
So, Chris, I'm going to present. Keep in mind, I will not be able to show the screen. Let's see. Oh, can you change the... Yeah, thank you. I was going to say, can you change the aspect for it?
There we go.
We are going to view slideshow. Alrighty. New releases for May 27th.
All right.
Cool.
All right,
starting with number 1.
Yeah, it's a great thing to start with. We've got a new Absolute dropping. Absolute Superman Red Sun. I don't think I've seen any. I think I might have seen like a quick shot of what someone's gotten on Reddit at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is not going to be a big Omni. I'm very curious to see how thin it is going to be. But yes, this definitely collects Mark Millar's his 3-issue series, miniseries, looking at what if Superman had not landed in the fields of Kansas, but
Mm-hmm.
if landed in Soviet Russia. I love this story. People say, "Oh, it's evil Superman anymore." No, if that's what you're looking at, it's not necessarily evil Superman. I love this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is one of the great Elseworld stories in the sense of like what happens if you put them in a different place. And I think Miller does a great job weaving a story. Gotta love, illustrations by Dave Johnson with this. And Miller
Mm-hmm.
still puts out that this he got to write Superman one time. This is the story he wanted to write, and puts it as one of his favorites. So I'm very curious to see this in an oversized format. It's definitely gonna. I'll be very curious to be with Absolutes, not just the oversized format for me. It's all the extras. So I'm gonna be very curious to see what are the extras going to be inside of it.
Yeah, I mean, Red Sun is a book that once I get my copy of the Absolute, it'll be my first time reading it, but
Okay.
I've experienced the book through like Sal from Comic Pop telling it on back issues.
You know
So,
you know what you should do. You should actually, when you read the book, then watch the animated movie and see.
ooh.
There's there are it very much does a good job honoring the source material, but there are a number of decent changes it makes. And I'll be very curious to see how you feel about this because I think it's a great animated movie, but it's definitely can be divisive in how it
Hmm.
makes the choice because how it does it in the book, it ends in the book is it's one of those like, oh, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's cool just seeing like how does Lex fit into this? How does Wonder Woman fit into this? How does
Hmm.
Batman fit into this? And the world changes because of where Superman lands. So,
Yeah. Well, I'm
but
excited. So,
yeah,
we got Absolute Superman Red Sun, followed up by Giant Size Marvel Omnibus.
yep. So this is one of those where it's going to be collecting a number of the
Hmm.
pretty much giant size one shots from Marvel's history. So the classic issues were one of Marvel's signature formats in the 1970s in one great omnibus. All your favorite heroes, plus some of the Marvel horror icons, star in extra length adventures that gave comic fans in the 1970s even more bang for their buck. The Thing battles the Hulk, and the Fantastic Four beat Multiple Man. Spider Man endures monstrous encounters with Morbius. It's Morbin time. Remember Morbin time?
Morbin time.
Man, Wolf, Dracula, and Man Thing. The Avengers mourn a loss and celebrate the wedding of the Vision Scarlet Witch. The Defenders meet the Guardians of the Galaxy, and the all-new, all-different X-Men are recruited to rescue the original team, plus giant-sized chillers featuring Dracula, Werewolf by Night, and Man Thing and more. So, I mean, you got a lot of these have been collected in different omnis, different types of collections. So, I mean, just look at the
God.
amount and again, some of these are single issues, some of these are
Hmm.
multiple issues, and so it's a taste of what was going on at that time. And so, if you have collected a number of these series in different omnis, then you probably have seen these already collected. But for those of you that just want all the giant sized in one omnibus, well, here you go. So
Hmm.
you had the standard looking at the the new X-Men team at that point.
Which this is the only giant size that I've read from this collection.
There you go.
So we have giant size X-Men, and then what cover is this?
That oh my goodness. So that would probably be my guesses looking at the
Giant size Fantastic Four,
or the
maybe?
defend no, be maybe Fantastic Four or the Defenders would be one of
Mm.
my two guesses. But that's we've got two DM covers. We've got one that's the first one, Doctor Doom and Namor. And then you've
Oh,
got the second one.
Dracula.
It's always fascinating to me when Marvel decides which ones go with
Hmm.
three different covers.
That's so
So Taylor says that's the
different.
supervillain team up. Yep, there you go.
Oh,
So
this
the
one.
supervillain team up 1 and 2. Okay. It's always interesting when they put. I mean, Doom obviously is a villain. Namor just he dabbles in the sense of I would never put Namor as a villain necessarily. I
Mhm.
put him more as an antagonist. I don't know, Taylor. What are your thoughts on? Do you put Namor as a villain or an antagonist?
That's, yeah, I'd be curious to hear what Taylor has to say.
Or
I
anyone in the
would,
chat.
yeah.
I'm just talking to Taylor, but thank you for helping me out on that one. So, it'll be very interesting to see how this sells. Like I said, I'm surprised for this one they decided to give it three different covers.
Now, Chris, I know 100% you're picking this up. So which cover are you picking up?
If I was picking it up, I would be going with the standard, but I'm not picking it up.
Yeah, I'd go standard as well. As I said, this is the only one I read. And it looks really cool, but I think I'm definitely sticking with standard.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're ready to move on to our
Yep,
next
let's move on.
next new release, Injustice 2.
Oh,
There should be a 2 there.
I forgot the 2.
Injustice 2 Omnibus. Injustice, man, that was a read. I've read up to year 3 of Injustice.
Yep. So Injustice, this is like I said, my apologies for messing up. I just put the 2 in there, so if Jordan wants to refresh it, it can be there now.
There it is. It's already there. View slideshow.
I failed.
I failed. No.
But yeah, Injustice. You had the first series collected in 2 Omnis at that point for the first 5 years, and then you had the second game getting ready to come out, and this is when Tom Taylor does come back to do the main part of the run with Bruno Bernardo, and this is a prequel to Injustice 2. And collecting the stories from Injustice Gods Among Us comic book series, Superman is behind. Spoiler alert if you've never read the first one, so sorry. Superman is behind bars in a maximum security prison, and the safety of the world now rests on the shoulders of Batman. Even though the world's greatest threat has been neutralized, new criminals rise in the ruthless version of the DC universe and threaten heroes for the chance of a better tomorrow. So this will collect the entire the sequel series, Injustice 2, 1 through 36, and Injustice 2 Annual 1 and 2. Going back to... So, how does this... I love the questions like, how does this compare with the first Injustice? Well, you got Tom Taylor coming back and writing, so that's fine. You got Brian Bernardo also coming back and teaming up with writing as well, but it's not Brian writing, it's Brian doing the artwork, I believe, at that point. It's not as strong. It's good, but it's not as strong. But if you wanted to feel like, I mean, if you've ever played the video game's cool. I mean,
it's fun.
It's Mortal Kombat with DC characters, but you can't do fatalities.
Yeah. It's a ton of fun. The games. I never played Injustice 2. I only played the very first one. But yeah, definitely go check it out. It's definitely worth a playthrough.
Yeah, so this will be the fully one that is fully collected with everything. It's one of those where people say, "Oh, what happens when Superman becomes evil?" Well, this will. I think it's always interesting, fascinating me when Tom Taylor got this as his assignment. He said, "I've always wanted to write Superman, and the time I have to write Superman is the time he has to become evil." But I'll tell you what, Bruno Redondo's artwork, Tom Taylor on writing, you've got a great group of, I mean, that combination at that point. But I think, and remember that this was not collected necessarily in the normal kind of formatting. This was kind of still done as your web series, your web comics at that point. So the issues are more of the combination of a series of the web comic put together as an issue as they moved on through it. So
interesting.
So,
yeah, that's unique. But yeah.
So Taylor says Namor is definitely on both sides of the coin, depending on the story. He was never truly a hero. He definitely has been more villain in a number of stories. Yeah, especially when he's going after Sue Storm. Wow, he's one of your favorite characters. Okay, that's nice.
Interesting.
Downloaded both the games to check out the story. Yeah, I mean, if you can't download the games, Go to YouTube and watch all the cutscenes put together.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Evil Superman week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is odd. Two evil Superman
Mm-hmm.
books, right? Red Sun and Injustice,
Yeah, and
quote unquote.
now people are gonna say, "Is this a should you do the Jake way of reading and read Injustice 2 before reading
Yeah,
Injustice?" At that point,
this is the jumping on point for.
it's jumping on point for Jake.
Yeah. I think he sold his Injustice omnibus
Oh,
as well. I don't think he has them
for
anymore.
shame.
When I put back the entire collection on my own, I didn't see them. So
I think the one thing that has not been collected in a oversized format is Year Zero. That was the prequel to Injustice: Gods Among Us, and that actually deals. I actually like that story. It deals with the Justice Society. I can highly recommend that. I thought that was a really cool thing that was more hinted about in the first run of Injustice, but never. And so they did a Year Zero, and I really liked that storyline. I thought that was a nice little moment to capture.
oh yeah. All right, let's see what's next up on our new releases, which is Jake's Book of the Week.
Jake's Book of the Week. Did you know, ladies and gentlemen, that Jake is, since Taschens take a very long time to come out, that he's going to start dabbling into Masterworks. So if you're a Masterworks fan, get ready on the Brave and the Boys channel. That's going to be focusing on. This is how he's going to delve into Marvel on his channel a little bit. I mean, you've got to film a lot of Masterworks stuff now to play catch up, Jordan.
Oh man, that I do. Chat, when Jake's back on here next week, bully him to get that week's Masterwork. Tell him that he needs it.
Yeah, it's Masterworks. I've got nothing to say. It's the same thing like every time. I'm happy for you that you all that collect the Masterworks, because you all allow the Omnis to exist. So thank you.
That's right. And special shout out to those that collect the DM cover.
Nothing like that little teeny tiny cover for it.
We always love to talk about the teeny tiny cover.
But what is cool about it, when you go back to the standard, it prominently features the even more prominently features the contents. I mean, the standard has the contents on the front, but you go to the next one and you get even more prominent.
For those hard of sight, this is the copy to get.
Taylor's like, is that for real or a bit? Because there are so many out of print. Jake will be hunting. It'll take him a long time. No, it's a bit. Just because it's always fun, because Jake's always looking for the next what things he's gonna collect. But he is DC through and through. You and Jake had built this channel focusing so much on DC, so no sense in messing with the algorithm.
That's why we got stuck in this niche, and that's it. We can never switch.
It's always interesting to me when I go to conventions and see the people who are the diehard Masterworks. They are very dedicated, and I like that Marvel has not abandoned them. I think that it's if you're just wanting to be that kind of format to do, go for it. I love it.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. So let's go over to Space Usagi, the White Stripe Rising limited edition.
Uh-oh.
Are we in danger?
Oh, it's bad. It's pixelated Jake. No one wants to see pixelated Jake.
I can't see him.
No one can hear him either.
Hold on, I gotta switch back. I gotta see this.
Hold on.
Oh. The Spencinator has entered the ring.
He just looks very angry.
That's just his neutral face. It's just fury.
I don't think this is gonna go the way Jake wanted it to go.
And there he goes.
I'll keep him back there if he looks like he.
All right, back to the presentation.
Infinity. Well, Jake tried. That's not Jake. It's the hitman Jake hired to take out Jordan, trying to steal his books. I mean, again, you didn't see him smile. He was in shades. You know,
all he was missing was a baseball cap.
Taylor saying the wild thing about the DM covers have a number of Masterworks on the spine, so this Avengers Masterwork is like volume 386 or something crazy, so that's why the spine will say you can't really mix standard and DMs. Oh, okay.
Interesting. So you're locked in. Oh, I went too far forward.
Went too far. We got to talk about Samurai Bunny.
Samurai Bunny. All I know is what I don't know.
Is what you don't know, and what don't you know?
All about Usagi. So I don't own a single Usagi book. I know I'm gonna get ridiculed. Um, but I don't know if Usagi's for me. Like, I don't know if I
I
need another collected edition of a specialized character.
This was one of my first kind of digital deep dives in the sense of I have these all in digital edition. Like all the
Mm,
collections, I have these, including that I will be getting this one in digital format because maybe this will be Chris's thing. Chris may dive into Usagi over the summer, you
I
know?
like this. I like this idea.
So it could be. I don't know. I know, the our buddy Omnibuddy Mitch is gonna be like, yes, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Just because, to your point, he keeps on trying to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, is he back?
Is he back?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh,
Here,
hold
we'll
on.
take it.
Can you guys hear us?
We can hear
Yo,
you. There's
Bat Daddy
David.
David.
I love the shirt, David.
Mm-hmm.
David.
There's
I'm
that
driving.
There's Mitch.
What?
What's up,
Are you
boys?
So we
are you kidnapping people?
So we made a Chris pile, but then Mitch took all the books that was in it and took them to his pile.
That's not nice. I was just. Did you not hear me, Mitch? That I was going to be considering reading Usagi this summer, and I was doing something nice, and now you did something mean, and I don't like that.
It's worth it. Sorry.
No, David, what three books? What three books were in the Mitch pile that JP said hell no to?
JLA Avengers.
The Absolute and two of the Hero Initiative trade paperbacks.
He wanted all three in his pile. Wow.
Yeah,
It's
he
getting
said one for
greedy.
him and then some for the girls.
Yeah. Well, I need more. I already have the trade paperback, so
Yeah.
I needed two more,
Yeah, so all three of his girls could have a Heroes Initiative trade,
and then
and
I
then
could have the absolute.
Dad gets the Absolute. JP hit that with a hard no.
So Jake, so you're making a Jake and Jordan pile at the warehouse there, but I got to make a Jordan pile at this studio here, right?
One book is missing from my pile, even of the duplicates, because I have duplicates sometimes. Go grab a pair of my
I
duplicates.
thought you said you had triplicates and what's the word for fourplicates?
Quadlupits?
Quadlupits? Because
Um,
you would just make a whole box of books you had
So you said you're
Those
on your way to
different
Bucky's?
different.
Those were
formats.
of different formats. We just left Bucky's.
Quadruple dip?
Duplicates are when I have multiple of the same book in the same format.
Okay. Just quadruple dip.
Where's the other one?
Like the
I don't-
Autobots version and the Decepticons version.
Where's the other one of these?
Probably in the Nightwing section. Or I don't know.
Oh, look.
Maybe look in the small one under the TV. That's where we put a lot of the duplicates.
I think he puts the Nightwing books under his mattress.
Yeah, no, they're in the bedside table for where
With
I
the
need it.
cats. Lots of cats.
Yeah. Dude, everything. It feels like I'm the richest person in the world being in Texas because gas is $2 a gallon, and
It's like going to another country. It's like
Wait,
your dollar goes
Jake,
so
wait
much
till you come to
further.
North Carolina. You'll even see it's just as cheap.
it's wild, bro. But yeah, we made some fun videos yesterday. We had one where David forces me to package my first order,
Uh-huh.
and the whole team just roasts the fuck out of me because I don't know how to package to OPB standards. They're like, this ain't Amazon, man.
The video.
Did
is
you
20
just
minutes long
load
and
it with
packs
packing
4
peanuts? All the packing peanuts.
Jake doesn't
Um,
use packing peanuts for his orders.
I do, and I also ate my first packing peanut. David snacks on them at the warehouse.
They're made out of pure starch, so they're biodegradable, and they just taste like old cereal.
He dips them in tahini. He puts tahini on them or a queso dip. So how are we liking the new comments on the stage section? Where are the comments at?
Well, I just turned it on, so I didn't realize what that was. So
We are hanging out. My wife's saying over here, go back to hanging out. Why does she watch the episodes that I'm not on, but she doesn't watch the episodes that I am on?
That's crazy. I don't know
go
why.
back to hanging out, Jake.
Okay, just making sure you guys are doing good on the show. Remember, guys, you can buy the books
What
we're
is
talking
that?
about through the video now.
This is Jake's new shirt.
I know. What is Jake's new shirt? Oh,
It's got Bucky on it.
it's got
Nice.
You got a Bucky shirt. Did you
Should
get
grab
any
a
of the
picture of the Bucky.
food?
I
Gummy bears.
Okay.
well, I'll send you guys my Bucky photo, and then we'll bid you adieu. So have a good one, guys.
Toodles.
Jake crashing the weekly
Cra-
Spiders
crashing.
guide.
So I'm still confused. Did he make me a pile or not?
I'm gonna say no.
Oh.
Break his knees. Use the crowbar on him.
I don't want to do violence. I'm not a violent person by nature.
Yeah, but he deserves it sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting him up in my house for Heroes Con.
Dang. Yeah, you'll be tired of him by the weekend. Oh,
I'm sending him all the
no.
updates too, saying here's your creator price list so you can budget effectively for what you're going to be bringing, getting signed.
Oh, man. You're above and
know,
beyond, Chris.
What's that?
Above and beyond, dude.
I know. I'm trying to be helpful, so that way he's ready. So
And back to Space Usagi.
yes. So as Taylor says, Usagi's an amazing series. They're all new reader friendly. Just pick one up and read it, Jordan. Preferably use Jake's Volume 1 hardcover as a coaster while reading the Fantagraphics box set.
I think that's right here. Yeah. Oh, he's blocking them with Usagi books.
So someone put in a comment, because this new comments on the stage feature is this new thing that StreamYard wants us to try. So
This
someone
one?
put a comment in. Yeah, that one. That's the Fantagraphics. If
It's
memory
just-
serves, Taylor, that is technically the beginning of Usagi.
Is that Usagi art?
Yes, that's Usagi.
Stan Sakai?
Yep. Nope.
This
beginning.
book sounds like it's never been opened before.
that doesn't surprise me. It's not DC.
I open it and the spine just goes a little...
Okay, so that's what it looks like. Taylor saying, yeah, that box set is the first 10 years worth of Usagi stories. All right. Interesting.
Dope.
Well, I guess in that sense, it just puts it on screen so that we don't have to. Okay.
Alrighty. So, we good with Usagi? We ready to see the next...
Yep, we're ready.
We're ready? Feeling
Yep.
it. Static Shock.
Mike saying, I almost ate a packing peanut to make sure my cat was going to be okay after she went, oh no. All right, I'm not a fan of it if we've got words on the screen, so we'll just put them Doom the normal way. We're going back to formula.
Oh,
All right.
man.
So the compact series, we're getting a milestone in this with Static Season 1. So the full Season 1 is being put into the compact format.
Is this the webtoons?
No, this is when Milestone relaunched in DC.
Ah, okay.
So
Because
yeah.
I know they were doing that for webtoons, right? Calling them seasons.
Yeah, I do remember that. No, they've done this with the Milestone universe too.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm caught up.
So I like
my God.
I've liked the first season.
Oh my God.
I've enjoyed what?
I have the love of my life and Jake's wife handing me a margarita. So
Now use the Tashins as your coaster, remember?
Ooh, that's salty. Oh my God. I'm gonna need help after that.
All right, good luck with that.
Oh my God.
So remember, if you're interested in getting this, these are the digest size. So it's going to be a smaller presentation. You probably need some. I personally have not seen these out yet in my wild where I'm going at that point. I haven't gone to the comic shop necessarily, but I'm glad this is out there, and I'm glad the Milestone universe gets to start having the compact form for people who have never delved into it. So if you've never read Static, this is a good jumping on point. This is not Jake's jumping on point. He's going to wait till the third or fourth season of Static.
Oh yeah, that's really when it picks up. Dude, so my biggest thing with combat comics is I love finding what genre they're supposed to fit in. So this is an adventure book,
Okay.
whatever that means. To Static.
To Static, one of the best characters coming out of the Milestone.
Oh, I think I'm definitely getting sodium poisoning out of that. That is
All
insane.
right, well, stop drinking it.
It's good though.
Except Isabel says take another sip.
They ran back downstairs.
Quick, tell him to do things. He'll just do it.
No. Savage Sword of Conan, Volume 5. I need
Savage
this.
Sword. Do you need this? If you're a Conan collector and you like the Savage Sword instead of just normal Conan, we get a little risque, a little, the blood dripping, the streets will flow with the blood of the non-believers of Conan. I like it says Conan must brave a most of blood filled with gruesome monsters. The barbarian survives a ship capsizing in storm-tossed seas, only to awaken on the shores of an island filled with beautiful but deadly tiger-riding women warriors. This definitely sounds like a Jake book.
Oh yeah.
Then sadistic King Razak lures Conan into a death-filled maze. Writer Roy Thomas returns for a locked door mystery at sea with Conan playing sleuth. So Roy Thomas, I believe, is also coming back to Heroes Con too, and he usually just shows up for Saturdays. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, and his line is insane. People, when they get into the early thing, they go straight for his stuff, his table.
That's awesome. I'm missing out on some Conan still. I'm missing Volume 4 and Volume 9 of Savage Sword.
Now, have you read any of it yet?
I cracked open the first Conan volume omnibus, Savage Sword omnibus, and I read the first 2 stories. And that's where I'm at.
You have read more Conan than I have.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I have no frame reference. I'm not against it. It's just, again, I make choices.
That's right, and that's why sometimes I pick on not adding books to the collection, but
exactly.
Jake gets them for me anyways,
so
and then I'm
now
stuck with
we've
them.
got 2 covers for this. So
that's
we
right.
got this one. We got the standard cover.
Oh.
And then we got this one. So this collects issues 61 through 72 of the Savage Sword of Conan from 1974.
I'm all about this second cover.
Oh, see, I'm the first one. I like a lot of that action going on there.
That is a lot of action, but look at that. That background alone, that's a vibe.
I think that eel, this gigantic eel, is about to have a frontal lobotomy performed on him by Conan. It's not going to go well.
There's some symbolism in here about castration, but we're not going to talk about that here.
Of everything you could have gone down, I didn't know where you're going. So, yep. So, Savage Sword, Volume 5, coming from Titan.
Or we can get Thunderbolts this week.
Targeted for death.
Oh. Now, this is really the jumping on point for Thunderbolts. So, Chris, why don't you take it away and you tell me more about this.
For the good of his team, Mach 1 gave up his liberty to atone for his sins. Now he's in prison, surrounded by supervillains who used to be his peers and who now want him dead. Meanwhile, the Thunderbolts have a new leader in Hawkeye, a new headquarters, a new ship, and a new mission to prove themselves heroes by taking down the biggest villains at large. But with Graviton next on their list, will Archangel join the team? Citizen V returns. The T-Bolts have a rematch with the Hulk. Scourge targets Baron Zemo, and you won't believe the identity of the new Beetle. Clint Barton leads the Thunderbolts into hell and back for a fallen Avenger, but when he locks lips with Moonstone, there's only one word for it. Uh-oh. Or as my kids used to say when they were young, uh-oh. Plus, enter Sandman.
Sick.
Little Metallica action. Collecting Thunderbolts 26 through 41 and Thunderbolts Annual 2000, Avengers Annual 2000.
Chris, I know this is one you've been looking forward to, right?
That is incorrect.
You know,
I have
if I
nothing
say that
against
enough
Thunderbolts.
times,
I have nothing
if I say it
against
enough times, it'll be true.
You'll get it right one time.
Right? A broken clock is right twice a day.
Yes, and there's no I in team, but there's a me.
Thunderbolts, Chris. What are your thoughts on Thunderbolts? Does this jump into the new movie that just came out?
No, this has nothing to do with the new movie. Nothing. You read they take the concept of Thunderbolts and taking borderline villains to anti-heroes and putting them on a team together. So
Mm.
I've read most of the Thunderbolts series. I enjoy the concept of it. I think it's fun. I love Mark Bagley's art with this. So
Mhm. I would probably like it. I like Suicide Squad and like Secret Six, so I like those villain-driven teams.
and and
Um,
and Kurt Busiek does a great job. I this is definitely on top 10 list for Kurt Busiek runs is
Awesome.
Thunderbolts. Yeah.
Sweet. So on top of picking up Thunderbolts this week, we could also get the book that I actually pre-ordered this week, which is
The
Wonder
one
Woman
book.
by Greg Rucka.
Obviously, Jake didn't talk to you about the book because you were holding up Static Season 1. I think he was having fun with you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah,
So-
I mean, you look at what we have in collected edition for Wonder Woman. I have part of it behind me. You have Perez, you've got
Mhm.
Cliff Chang and Azzarello,
Yep.
you've got Gail Simone, and now we have Greg Rucka collected, and this is the first volume of it.
Mm-hmm. So we have Greg Rucka, and then later this year we also have John Byrne adding to our list of Wonder Woman. So I'm looking forward to both.
I'm glad you're looking forward to both. I'm looking forward to this one.
See, that's why we have differences here.
Yeah. Nothing against John Byrne's run. It just didn't do anything for me. I am excited to get Phil Jimenez back into print because I am missing that. I will probably be passing on John Byrne.
That's
But
fair.
yeah, so this is collecting issues 195 to 226, Flash 219, Wonder Woman, Hike. Oh, I can never say that. Hike Tectia and Blackest Night, Wonder Woman 1 through 3. So this is a really cool run and a really great era. I think Rucka is one of the ones that sometimes people forget in the sense of what he did for Wonder Woman's run. I mean, you've got it during the time of Infinite Crisis, the return after Infinite Crisis, a lot of different things. Really, this was how I got into Wonder Woman when I came back into comics. So Rucka, I was very excited to see this come into print because this is where I began with Wonder Woman.
This is so this would fit in between the Gail Simone and the Cliff Chang omnibus. Is that correct?
Let me see. I just want to make sure. Gail Simone, Wonder Woman, omnibus. So that is yes. So you got that Cliff Chang. So Gail Simone collects 14 through 44 and 600. So
Okay. Sick.
So you're right. This will be between Cliff Chang and Azzarello and Gail Simone.
Hell yeah. Well,
and then
I think
the chat will collect me.
yeah. Chat, correct us. Tell us where
Correct
all
us.
of these go. Tell us how wrong we are.
Yes, tell us how wrong.
Last up. Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
this last one.
Yeah. Transformers More Than Meets the Eye Compendium Volume 1.
So this is I believe this is coming from the Marvel side of the Transformers series. So this is, as they say, this is coming from Skybound, but this is collecting the original series and the tie-ins in new compendium formats. So this is soft cover, and this is separated from what you've got in the Kickstarter. So this is just the Marvel side. This is not the UK side.
See, I didn't know what the difference was on there. I hadn't really looked that deep into the Kickstarter.
Yep. And so yeah, so this is just the straight Marvel produced stuff.
Are you a fan of this collected edition or of what this collects?
I mean, I'm a fan of Transformers in general, so I'm just glad it's coming back into any sort of collected edition format. I did get my order in on OPB for the until the Autobot side with Grimlock, because I'm an Autobots person. Sorry for that rubs people the wrong way, but Autobots all the way. You know?
Sick. Hell yeah. So, Chris, stacked week, dude.
It is.
Gosh,
Very stacked.
look at all these. But if you could only have one of them, what are you picking up?
If I can only have one.
And why is it static season 1?
It is not static. I'll go with Absolute Red Sun, just because I'm very curious to see that in oversized format and the extras they're hopefully gonna pack into that. So,
There we
Superman
are.
Red Sun would be my pick of the week.
You know, just to be different, and because I have it pre-ordered right now, Wonder Woman for me.
That's why I didn't take it. I knew I said let's give him the book he's pre-ordered.
You know, I'm probably gonna pick up Superman. I'll probably get that most likely next week or potentially the following. But Wonder Woman, man, she's such a cool character. She's so badass.
And it'll be cool when Volume 2 comes out, because that'll collect his Rebirth run as well.
Hell yeah, I will be looking forward to that.
Yep. So any last minute questions from the chat? What are you picking up? Taylor saying with Suicide Squad, this is also villain team up as Heroes Week. Ah, okay.
That's crazy. I'm just seeing, because I couldn't see the chat while I
Yeah.
was presenting. Take another sip. Take us to Korean barbecue. Get Korean barbecue after the stream. That's wild.
So are you going to do Korean barbecue? Is the real question.
Absolutely not.
Will you be drinking the entire time?
It seems like it. I didn't I didn't expect to receive a margarita on stream.
I know, yeah. I mean, it is the gift that keeps on giving, you know?
I guess so.
If you drink the whole thing, I don't know if it's a gift you want to give back, you know?
I don't want to take the gift back.
Mike says, take the ladies out. They deserve it.
I have photo shoots to do.
He's got work. He's got to get paid.
Yeah. JP has to get something out of me.
As he takes another sip from the margarita that he's not a fan of. You know?
I already... No. It got better. It feels like it
better.
threw salt at the bottom.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. Well,
so earlier
Jordan?
today, I did this.
Work after you eat, Mike says.
That sounds potential. So I sent this to Jake and I said, tell the boss I'm taking photos.
Nice. Very nice. Well, Jordan, tell people how they can follow you.
Guys, you can find me on right here, actually. Don't go anywhere. Just hit subscribe. So you can catch me on the Brave and the Boys in the behind the scenes as I do the videography, photography for OPB. So go check out the OPB Instagram. And yeah, that's about it for me. Chris, where are you at nowadays?
Yeah, you can catch me on most of the socials at Chris Balga, on any of the social media platforms. Marvel Alliance, we were off this week. The biggest news dropped was Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars being pushed back and changing their release dates. We said, it's news, but not enough to cover an entire hour-long show. So hopefully we'll be back this week. Hopefully with the holiday week, they'll put out a little bit more news. But you can catch me there most weeks at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Geekverse Podcast YouTube channel, or you can search simply on your podcatcher app of choice, just Marvel Alliance. And then you can catch me here every week at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel. So, and Matt H saying, I'll watch on the replay, guys. Sorry, Jess has been on since 1. Have a great rest of your weekend. Yes. So you all, for the you all with the 3-day weekend, enjoy Memorial Day weekend. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next week. And as always, stay brave.
Bold. Stay bold.
Stay bold and brave.
Deep within a bleak and dismal swamp, hidden beneath its murky waters, lies the headquarters of the most sinister villains of all time. The Legion of Doom.